My name is Denis Kozhukhin and I am Pentatone's Artist of the Season. I started playing piano when I was 5. I would say that when I was 8, 9, the studies and everything became really much more intensive. I went to a very serious teacher, and then also I had to leave normal school, and I was going to special school that would give me more time to practice the piano. And then next big step was when I was 13, I entered the Queen Sophia's high music school in Madrid. So I moved abroad on my own, so that was another step. And I think already then I realized that, this is my profession. And in any case, since my childhood, everything in my family was around music. Both of my parents are musicians. I sang for 8 years in my father's choir and I loved it. And my mom was my first teacher, so there was always music, recordings, and we were going to concerts. And then my younger brother also became pianist. So yeah, I think it was clear, although my parents said that they would never force me to become a musician, but I loved the music so much and the piano, so there was no other way. I think every country, every important person, every teacher I had marked me in a way. I think it does the same to everyone. So of course over the years, meeting new people, learning a little bit about each country's culture, language, food, that all affects everything. And I think that's one of the great advantages of this profession, is that on one side you're spending a lot of time inside your house or a practicing room or a concert hall, but at the same time you travel a lot, so you always learn new things, you meet people, and you hear other artists, and every artist I work with, doesn't matter if it's a conductor or a singer or an instrumentalist, it gives you something, it can take away something from you and give you back something else, but it's always, I think it's always changing and it's always moving. So what do I like to do when I'm not sitting behind the piano? Well, now I also like to sit behind the piano, but with my son and my niece, and who likes to play the piano a lot. I like to walk a lot. I love nature. This is why when I select a place to live, I always try to look for a quiet area with forests and lakes, something like this. And I'm not a very city person, and I like to read, and I like to discover new writers all the time, and of course from time to time a good movie also. Cooking is a big passion for me, really big passion, and I think I can spend quite a lot of time in the kitchen, and I find it one of the most relaxing things for me. When I come from a trip, I always end up in the kitchen doing something, and my repertoire of cuisine is growing also. Of course, sometimes I stop to imagine what would I be if I wouldn't be a musician. It's difficult to say. There are things that I like. For example, I probably would be something like an archaeologist, or maybe something related with astronomy, which fascinates me a lot. So there are things, but those are now just my little hobbies. So music is really the main thing. I wouldn't change it for anything, because the possibility of playing, of sharing music with people, discussing music with other artists, and see people rediscover this music or discover new music that they didn't know, this is really rewarding, and it really gives a lot of warm feelings.